Hey everyone, Kevin here. I have an afternoon update for you on the next round of a stimulus. This is just in. I just watched this interview with Senator Mitch McConnell, leader of the Senate. This was just on Fox News with Martha McCullum. This is breaking news because, well, I mean, I just finished watching. Anyway, let me bring it to you right away and get this uploaded right away so we can get some insights into what's going on into the Senate's mind. Golly, we need some answers here because this whole wait and see is sucking. By the way, I don't know why, but Webull did send me a text message and an email going, Kevin, make sure you tell your audience that we're doing a possible third free stock if you sign up on May 21st. And I'm like, what? It's a lottery for the third stock? I'm not a betting man, okay? But whatever. So if you want to sign up for Webull, deposit $100 with them, you'll get at least 2 free stocks. Maybe you'll get a third. If you actually do, let me know. I think that'd be kind of interesting. Okay, now, the Mitch McConnell thing. So, and get your life insurance while you're down there. You can do that while you're listening to this. So here's the scoop. McConnell said there is a high likelihood of another rescue package. This is big. This is, we have not heard those words out of his mouth. That's really good. It's literally been wait and see. We don't want to spend money right now. He literally said, quote, high likelihood of another rescue package. Also, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin this morning said it looks like we're gonna need another rescue package. He was also one of the big let's wait and see guys. And remember, we already know because we analyzed this a bunch last week. I'll just give you the quick recap. Donald Trump is in talks for more stimulus checks. So this is good. And I think it's also very, one of the reasons we haven't seen any Republicans deny the possibility of future stimulus checks coming is because it would be like political suicide to say, no, there won't be additional checks. We need the checks. Now, obviously, we have the existing Democrats proposal that would give us an extra $1,200 stimulus check for us and $1,200 for each of our dependents, up to 3 dependents, which means, for example, Lauren, myself, and our 2 kids would get 4 checks for $1,200. That's $4,800. I think a family caps out with 3 dependents at $6,000. Now, let's see what else McConnell says. He says, only half of the money from the CARES package, CARES Act number 1, which is phase 3 of the stimulus package, the first round of stimulus, only half of that money has gone out so far. And I think that came from what Treasury Secretary Mnuchin said 2 days ago in talks with Jerome Powell, that only half of the money for like states and local governments and that has been allocated so far. I haven't gotten complete details on this yet. I'm looking into what they mean with only half the money going out. So I'm gonna try to get to the bottom of that. But because of that, McConnell says we're not ready to put out the next step. They want to do something intelligently, but he does say it will not be a $3 trillion liberal wish list. We've heard that before. But he now gives us some more clarity on unemployment insurance, because this morning I came to you and said that Mitch McConnell is not interested in extending unemployment. Well, here are his words on that, so we finally have a bit more insight on this. He says, paying people more not to work is making it difficult to actually get people back to work. And he's referring to the fact that $600 per week boost, in some cases, is paying people more money to stay home than they would make if they went to work. And so he says we do need to continue unemployment insurance, but we need unemployment insurance that does not pay people more not to work. This kind of teases a possible extension to the unemployment assistance program, but with restrictions, with a different way. So that's interesting. Kind of goes back to what we talked about yesterday. Are they gonna put little asterisks on the pandemic unemployment assistance program? Fascinating. I love reading into this stuff, and then the next day we hear Mitch McConnell say basically more PUA with an asterisk. It's great. See, and that's the kind of thinking we can share on this channel, is that more broad thinking, so we can really see what's going on. But let's see. He does realize that the pandemic unemployment assistance program ends in July, and he does say that we have to quote figure out ways to quote incentivize people to go back to work, not to encourage them to stay home. He goes on to say that we may do more for states, but here's a big one as well, quote, The White House and Senate are on the same page. That's big right there, because we know Donald Trump says he's in talks on more checks. We know now the White House has said, yes, let's get another round of stimulus going via Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, although we do have people like Larry Kudlow who are kind of anti it, but that's mostly because they come from that sort of conservative POV that makes it a little harder to straight up be for more stimulus. But we're also starting to see this sort of fire of, all right, let's get another stimulus package growing substantially in other areas as well. Remember 2 days ago, I came to you and said Senator Pat Toomey was in an interview with Jerome Powell, and he tried to kind of trip up Jerome Powell. He tried to get Jerome Powell to say, yeah, you know what, we need to just wait and wait and see. And you know what, we need our spending to be more nuanced. And he kind of challenges Jerome Powell and asks, you know, do you really think, essentially, do you stand by that we need to do more fiscal support? And Jerome Powell just answers with a blunt yes, which was great because it totally cuts him off. And makes it clear that now what the Fed is saying is finally starting to echo through Congress. Treasury Secretary, we've got, 4 Republican senators yesterday came out in support of more stimulus, and we've got Mitch McConnell now saying there's a high likelihood of another stimulus package. This is really good. This is kind of aligning with what our expectations are. Now, clearly, I think, we all need more direct payments. I do just want to clear up something. I want you to know I'm gunning as much as possible for that $2,000 per month petition. Like, hello, White House, please respond to the petition we signed for $2,000 a month, because that's really what we need. And I think the more we voice our opinion that we need this, the better. I know it's an anti-Republican ideal, which makes it difficult. So it'll be interesting to see how they kind of balance that. Because quite frankly, if the Republicans came out and said, you know what, $2,000 for everybody for 6 months even, I would not be surprised if they won in a landslide election. Like, this would be the easiest way to slam dunk win an election. Now, I'm not taking sides. I'm not saying I want Republicans to win, and I'm not saying I don't want them to win. I'm just saying right now, with the pain people are feeling, especially minorities and women, blacks, Hispanics, it's not fair. Now's the time that we need the support of the government. That's why we pay taxes. We pay taxes so they help us when we need it. And here we are going, hello, we need it. Frustrating. Now, in a kind of a fascinating way, MarketWatch did do a report on what we spent money on with our last stimulus check. I don't really like the outcome of this report because it suggests that we spent money on Apple devices, we spent money on computer and gaming equipment at Best Buy, we spent money on sewing machines and bandanas to make our own face masks, although spending did go up at Walmart and Target as well, not only in the grocery department, but in other departments as well. So, okay, I mean, that's kind of expected, but at the same time, we also saw right around the stimulus check period, we saw a 92% increase in stock trades around the stimulus check release. So this probably means a lot of you are taking advantage of my recommendation that you get into the psychology of money and invest in the market in the long run, which I've got 3 stocks that I'm gonna be looking at tonight. I'm gonna reveal these to you at the end of this video, and then I'll tell you more about them either tomorrow or in the private live streams I do with course members tomorrow at 9 a.m. Join me in the link down below. There's a coupon code for that. But anyway, 92% increase in stock trades. That's incredible. And then I do want to clarify something because there's a lot of drama going around on this, which I think drama and YouTube are synonymous. Honest, I try to stay out of the, I don't care. Look, I'm here to provide y'all value. If you like me, great. If you hate me and you want to punch me in my face because you think my voice is annoying, I talk too fast, I'm a clown, I'm a joker, well, then stick around, get some free information, hit dislike and leave, right? But I still like you. Look, I'm not gonna hate on y'all if you've got different perspectives. And somebody's like, why do you say y'all? Oh, because I grew up in Davie, Florida, which had a mounted police unit, you know? Anyway, so let me just clarify something regarding the drama really quick. The first stimulus check was a tax credit, which just means that we get money that is untaxed. See, when we get unemployment insurance payments, we have to pay taxes on that. They're like, here's a check for $600. Great, I gotta put aside some money for taxes. That sucks. If they go, here's $1,200. Great, I gotta put money aside for taxes. That sucks. If they call it a tax credit, you don't pay taxes on that money. The first $1,200 stimulus check was a tax credit, and then they just advanced that tax credit. So I know there's a lot of like, it's not a stimulus check, it's a tax credit. They're the same freaking thing. If it's an advanced tax credit, it is a stimulus check that is not taxed. And I know this is in reference to, that bill that was just proposed in the Senate. And we don't have that bill yet, right? So we're just basing off opinions off a press release right now. So we'll see when that bill actually comes out, if it's better. I mean, and keep in mind, that bill's going to be gobbled up. It's going to be a part of a bigger package, right? If it even goes through. I mean, it's not the best bill either. I think it's too nuanced. It's crap. We got to listen to what Jerome Powell says. And I'm going to get into these stocks here. Jerome Powell says we need more money, more fiscal support for the people in a faster way. We need to act before there's long-lasting damage to the economy. Permanent scars, he refers to. All right, one more thing before I get to these stocks here. Donald Trump has, and this was demanded by Democrats, so this is actually interesting. He didn't give them credit for this, but he does say that on Monday, he will be lowering the flags on all federal buildings for the next 3 days to half staff in honor of those who have fallen to the coronavirus. All right, now, stocks. Get your life insurance. Get your 2 free stocks with Webull when you deposit $100 and join my programs down below. But here are the ones I'm looking at right now. I've mentioned the top 2 a couple times before. I really think Peloton has a big opportunity. I'm going to read their earnings again tonight. But Peloton, the first time I read their earnings report, they spend a lot of money on commissions. And commissions aren't happening right now because we're all closed down. That, I think, creates an opportunity in that stock. Beyond Meat, I have not read their earnings yet. I'm interested to read their earnings. That'll be fascinating. I know a lot of us are like, Beyond Meat burger ain't getting on my grill. Like, I get that. But I ordered one just to try it before I read their earnings. And I have to give them credit. It wasn't terrible. And the last one is, this is a new one that I want to pay attention to, Ubiquiti. Home routers, firewalls, and security protocols for all them stay-at-home workers. Now, I know Cisco's a big player, but not that big of a player in the home space. Look on Amazon. Look up Ubiquiti on Amazon. Yeah, give that a shot. Ubiquiti. That's kind of like universal basic income quit. Anyway, bad joke. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for your support. I know this is a crazy time, and always feel free to leave your comments down below, even if you're mad at me or you have a different opinion. I read your comments. I want to know what's on your mind. And I respect all of your opinions. I do not want you to wholeheartedly agree with everything I say, because that would make you a zealot, and that would mean you do not have your own mind and you're not capable of thinking for yourself, and I will never treat you like a child like that. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you for being here, and until next time.